Craig's Catfish. What's up? I know you're in your fish cave this morning packing up orders, yeah? You on there, babe? Babe. What up, what up? Hey, Brizzle, what's up, man? I know I started a little early. Can you hear me okay? Cool. I am liking this Streamlab, the way the chat comes up right in your face there. All my lights are starting to slowly turn out off. I have them on timers. It may be a slow night. I don't know if 7 o'clock on a Friday night is a good idea or not. But I think you should get to play with this new app, see what it's like. You're gonna go live at 7:30 with Glitch? Cool, I'll jump on and watch you guys. If I don't get a whole lot of people jumping on tonight, I'll probably just do it for 30 minutes and jump off. This is only my second live. Okay. I will take that advice, sir. You've been doing it longer than me. Well, the title of this live was, filter maintenance and how I do my. Well, I got you here, Wizzle. I'll ask you before you have to jump off. I'm assuming you have hang in the backs, canister filters, all of it, like myself. And any of us that's been doing this hobby long enough, you realize there's a lot better ways to save money and do it. So, like let's take a hang on the back for instance. What do you do as far as your media goes? Do you like to use polyfill? I use polyfill in all my filters. I don't buy those cartridges. Waste of money. So, what do you do in your filters? Do you like to use polyfill or those poly pads or pinky floss? Rinse them, use them again until they're done, and then throw them away and put another one in? How do you do your filter media? What do you like to use? Do you get into chemical filtration? Do you just like using reusable stuff? Yeah, same thing I do. Sponges and polyfill. That's all you need. Oh, I do use a lot of bio rings. The ceramic bio media. Chemical if needed. Yeah, I do like Purigen. What's your favorite chemical filtration? Purigen, Chemipure. I would just use carbon, but carbon, after a month, usually or less, it's done. You got to throw it out. At least you get a little bit more time out of Purigen, and you can recharge it. Yeah. Carbon's a waste of money, and it just doesn't do as much as Purigen does. I don't know if I asked you this before. How many tanks do you have, Wizzle? Two 20 gallons. So, I'm assuming you mean you have one 20 gallon long, one 20 gallon tall. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, 5 gallon, a 10 gallon, and a 3 gallon, and a tub out back. Okay, so you mostly have smaller tanks. What's your favorite fish? Do you keep out of the small fish? Guppies, neon tetras. What's your favorite fish? Gobies. Do you breed? And so do you use oh, Ancori and Rasboras? Nah, the anglers do. Okay, cool. Do you use being you have run mostly the smaller tanks? Do you use hang in the backs, or do you like sponge filters mostly? You probably have to use like a sponge filter or like an air stone when you're the endlers are breeding, because I know that you need some kind of movement over those eggs so that keeps the bacteria building up on them, like a diffused air stone. Sponge I use also, and two hang on the backs and four sponges. Cool. What kind of hang in the back filters are you running? Aqueon, some Aqua Clears, Tetra. One hang on the back is really small for the Beta 3 gallon. Yeah, I didn't even know if they made HOB filter that small to go on a 3 gallon tank. I just assumed that maybe you had like some kind of little tiny sponge filter. I know they make these. Oh, you probably have the Aqua Clears, one of my favorite hang on the backs. You probably have, or no, what was I gonna say? I don't know if you ever saw them. They're called Small World. I think Penplax makes them. They're like this tall, and you hook them up to an air stone. It's a two-part filtration system, mechanical and carbon, and you just throw them away after the carbon is completely saturated and absorbed. But there was this lady that took those things and did like a hack where she popped it open and put bio rings and took the carbon out. So she had filter, biological in this little thing. You just hook it up to a pump. I didn't know Fluval made a hang on the back that small for a 3 gallon tank. And what do you have in your 3 gallon tank? I'm trying to get my Mbunas in the background. Oh, okay. Oops. If I put this up higher, you guys can get a better shot of my Mbuna tank behind me. That tank I have one of those Fluval Aqua Sky lights on, so it's going to slowly start dimming down till it turns off. Them Fluval Aqua Sky lights are, I'm pretty impressed with those. So Wizzle and Glitch Aquatics will be doing a live at 7:30. Were you guys going to be talking about anything in particular? Or is it just kind of like a hangout thing? Okay, man. Thanks for stopping in. Cool. Just got to get ready. Who else is in here? Oh, yeah. Is that for a particular type of fish, or is that just for like African cichlids? Because I know them African cichlids, man, those names are ridiculous. I just put a name to mine, like the rusty cichlid. When you buy that thing, it's actually named the rusty cichlid, so that's easy. That's rusty. And then you've got the red zebras, the bumblebee. Those are simple, but when you get into them actual scientific names, man, it's ridiculous. Ben Ochart, he's good at I don't know if you guys are subscribed to Ben Ochart, but I'm a Patreon member. I got a shirt on right now, the Garage Gang. He does a Saturday stream every Saturday at noon. He can spot them names off like nothing. I don't. But yeah, I use the polyfill in all of my hanging backs. I don't know. I can keep rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and putting them back in. Polyfill's cheap to begin with, but I just keep rinsing it and putting them back in. The only time I have to actually swap it out is if it just gets so much stuff stuck in it that won't rinse out, then I'll just throw it and pop another handful in. Super cheap way, it works great. I have even used it in my FX4 canister filters, which is okay, but I found that because my canister filters, I'll run them for 6 months before I clean them. And by the time that 6 months goes by, that polyfill isn't doing anything anymore, so I didn't find it efficient to use polyfill in the canister filters anymore. And even in my canister filters, I'll just do sponge filters and biomedia. I don't get into all that other stuff and make it simple, all reusable stuff, save time and money. Hey Coro, thanks for dropping by. Hashtag Coldwater Aquatics. Coro, thanks for subscribing. Just got the notification, man. Appreciate it. I told my daughter that every 20 subs I'll throw a party and we're gonna have cake, so you guys gotta sub to my channel because she wants cake. My Fish Tank Aquatics, welcome sir. Thanks for dropping by. The title of the live stream was, how do we maintain your filters? What media do you use? Wizzle and I have already been talking about it. Do you guys get into using chemical filtration media, or do you just get into polyfill and sponge filters and reusable stuff to make it quick and easy? DeFreeze Aquariums, man, wow, you dropping by. Cool, thanks for coming by. You're kind of like a celebrity, man. Joe Coffey, under gravel filters. Wow, Joe Coffey. Actually, that's something very rare. I don't hear too many people using under gravel filters anymore. That's cool. What size tank do you use under gravel filters in, Joe? Bunny Viper, thanks for stopping by. Oh, cool. Appreciate it. I know the live streams are hard because a lot of them are overlapping now. So I have K1 in my sump, and I just gravel vac the Malm out from the bottom. And under gravel filters are what I use in every other tank, even with the sump. Okay, Coro, cool. Honestly, I thought under gravel filters were a thing of the past and nobody liked using them anymore. Aqua Garden, Zen, thanks for coming in. Red Lasers in the house. T Lexi lands in the house. Hey, big girl. Freaky Fish Lady. Wow, 17. My second live, and I got 17 people. I feel honored. Underground filters too. 3G runs a few undergravel filters as well. But let's say like in your canister filters or in your hang on the back filters, do you guys use polyfill and sponge filters, or do you guys use a lot of, do you like your chemical filtration? What do you guys generally do? I'm just doing this to get an idea of what a lot of people do outside of what I do. Joe Coffey says, don't believe 3G. He's always pulling legs. And I think I definitely like this Streamlab app much better than YouTube's. I was trying to get this set up so you guys could see my Mbuna tank in the background, but I'm kind of blocking most of it and they're hiding. Coldwater Aquatics, glad you come over, man. I think they just came off yours. Polyfill biorings and different cell size foams, defreeze aquariums. Yeah, same here, man. Rinse, put it back in, and I'll keep rinsing it until they start falling apart. So you guys know Salient Feathers? That is my wife. Her name's Heather. My Fish Tanks Aquatic says, I have become a bigger fan of OBs and stream elements over the last week. That's the ticket. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think when we all started, we fell in that trap of, replacing the cartridges and throwing them away. It's just a damn money-making scheme. Especially when you have multiple tanks. That cost would get ridiculous. I wouldn't even want anything to do with that. Coro says, I also have sponge and Metella in the sump and sometimes use the black hole surface skimmer with polyfill polishing sheets for turbidity, but I rarely use it. Okay. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I was even using that polyfill in my FX4 canister filters for a little bit. I may be repeating this, but I found that because I don't clean my canister filters, but every 6 months, I just watch the flow, and when the flow starts going down on them, that's when I open them up and start cleaning them out. Unless you do the best, and but I just found polyfill not very efficient in a canister filter because by that, I don't know, less than a month or two, that stuff's so caked it isn't even doing anything anymore. Craig's Catfish, I know he's in his cave packing up fish. More to 1K. Gee, I use poly in my hang on the backs and box filters. Very cool. Yeah, I like the poly fill. I know a lot of people even use the poly sheets or like pinky floss and they cut to fit, but I just like grabbing a handful of that stuff, rinse it out, reuse it. I've used polyfill so much, I get actually pest snails built up in that stuff. I can't get them out. Toss it away, put another handful in. Big whoop, right? IHSP, yes, that's the best telltale. When the flow starts slowing down, it's time to crack it open, clean it. I found the less you do to your tank, the better. You start getting in there and messing around too much, you can actually screw things up. I learned that the hard way with my first 55-gallon tank. I cleaned way too much and it crashed. Restarted the cycle. Nathan Hovey, Sketty Nona is a couple lives ago. You mentioned apple snails being illegal in Florida. I don't know that it is that. I found it in my yard after the last hurricane. Once the H2O receded, it was left behind. Yeah, I don't know about any of that myself either. I know you were talking to her, but probably a pond snail. A lot of people, I don't know, what do you guys feel about pest snails? Like the stuff that you accidentally bring home from the fish store that's on a plant? I used to be like horrified about that. But this tank behind me, I had an outbreak of probably thousands of them. And at first, I would pick maybe like a cup, like a small little cupful out and throw them outside my pond. But after a while, when I saw the work that they do, I never had to clean the glass on this tank. They kept the algae from building up on my plants. I have learned to actually enjoy pest snails. How do you guys like the pest snails? As long as it don't get out of control and they start clogging up filters. Yeah, my Fish Tanks Aquatics doesn't mind pest snails. They do great. Honestly, if you got a bunch of them in your tank, I don't think there's anything else that cleans as well. When you got a freaking community of pest snails in your tank, I don't think anything cleans faster and better. The only thing that sucks is you're left behind with all them empty shells everywhere, and my python will not suck out a bunch of empty. I don't what it is with that. The empty snail shells after they die, the python won't take them out unless you use the hose. Nathan Hovey doesn't mind pest snails. I have loaches that eat them. Oh yeah. I tried to get me a couple clown loaches for my 125, and then I kind of decided against it because I know they're slow growers, but I would have them until they get way too big, and then they recommend not having clown loaches in ones or twosies. They like to be happy in a group of like 4 or 5, and they just get too big. I don't have a big enough tank for that. Mark Sturlson, I hope I said that right. Thanks for joining. Bunny Viper Aquatics, are you giving out stickers for your channel? I'm collecting stickers. I got some from Vibes Aquatics and Ben Ochart. And I'd have to check my door, but if you have stickers, I want some. Big Shrimpin', aka Steve C, loves snails. I feed the hell out of them. Food for my puffer. Yeah, that's the other nice thing about it. You got the right fish in there. Betas will eat snails. Goldfish will eat snails. Of course, we all know clown loaches. They keep them in check. What is it? I had a couple of those loaches in here that ate snails. Not the YOLO loach. Can't remember the other. What's the name of the other loach you can get that don't get real big, that eat snails? God, the name's escaping me. Freaky fish lady. She has a puffer. I have puffer pet snail buffets. Defreeze, that would be great, man. I have it inside my cabinet door. I'm collecting stickers. Ben Ochart sent me free ones. I tried on one of Corey's at Aquarium Co-ops Live to see if he would send me some, but he quit doing that. I mean, if you buy something off him, I think he even stopped putting stickers in there. If you get stickers from Bunny Viper, whatever you do, don't lick them unless you have several hours before you need to do anything serious. That's from Joe Coffee. Jesus, what are them things, what are them bad boys laced with? What are we trying to do here, Bunny Viper? What are we trying to do here? Red Laser bought a red Nerite snail to put in the tank. I did not tell my daughter, and when she discovered it, she was so excited. MSG would have been pleased. Red Nerites. Big Shrimpin' wants a Bunny Viper sticker. Cough, cough. In case you didn't see that. So I'm assuming everybody in here, other than the under gravel filters, we're all kind of on the same page with using the polyfill and sponge filters and things like that just to make it easy. Because I know probably everybody that's in here right now has multiple tanks. Well, I know, in fact, some of you do, but I don't know everybody in here, so I think I'm subscribed to everybody in here. Joe Coffee, I don't know if I'm subscribed to you. Am I subbed to you, man? And Mark, am I subscribed to you? I'll check it out. I'll go through the list. If your link's on that Fish Fam link that Defreeze sent me, then I'm subbed to you, because I went through that entire list in 2 days and just subbed to everybody. Which, thank you for that, Defreeze, by the way. It helped me a lot. Koro says, if I was going to use chemical media, it would be the Boyd's Chemipure. But honestly, even that is just a replacement thing. Or maybe Aquachar at the Nature Chunk charcoal. That's pretty affordable. Koro, I personally like Purigen just because you can recharge it. Although I don't do that. I just toss it out and I don't buy the bags. I use pantyhose. I'm sure you all know this trick. Pantyhose is a small enough, I can't remember the word, micron to hold Purigen, and you can throw it in there. I just replace it. But Purigen's great, man. It does a lot of stuff. I've seen some noticeable results on my tanks using Purigen. It lasts longer, and if you want to, you can recharge it and use it again. Bunny Viper says Purigen's great for removing tannins. Yep, I've had some go-rounds with tannins with plenty of my driftwood, but I usually just soak my crop for like my driftwood for like 3 weeks until it's all out. I'll even pressure wash it. But tannins are good for your tank too. It's like algae. I don't get too crazy about algae because I believe it's good. Algae is good for your tank in moderation. Now, if it gets crazy, that can be a problem. IHSP, thanks for coming in and lurking, man. Defreeze, the plastic scrubbies were tested against other types of media, and they are said to have more surface space for bacteria than the expensive brand BioBalls. Defreeze, are you talking about them pot scrubbers that you can get at like Dollar General? Or I think it's Dollar General. Because if you are, I tried to look for those, but every time, of course, when I want some, they don't have any. Okay, yep. Yeah, I heard those are a pretty cool thing to use. It seems like everybody uses them. They're proven to have more surface area than like BioRings, Seachem Matrix. Coro says if you got each resin refill for a DI filter, you could keep them in separate bags and recharge them. If you got each resin refill for a DI filter, you could keep them in separate bags and recharge them. Okay. We got. Uh-oh. Yeah, I told my daughter that every time I get 20 subs, we have to have a party, and I finally got another 20 subs, and so you guys have to get everyone to subscribe so we can have parties. Don't tell Heather. I mean, she'll be present, but only after it's already started. Yes, Clark's Mini Fish Room. This is a new streaming app I'm trying. It's called Streamlab. I had to get something else because for whatever reason, YouTube's platform would not keep the chat up long enough so I could read what everyone was saying. This works really good, but that black bar, and I was talking to some other guys about it, we have no idea what it is and why it's there. Mexicali Fish Keeper, thanks for coming in. Hello, Sail Red Laser. Cold Water, he's saying hello to everybody. KJE Aquatics. I do everything off my iPad. I do have a computer that I could get a good streaming app, but that's my daughter's, and it's in her room. I wanted something I could be out here in my fish room. And last I looked, StreamYard wasn't an option in the App Store, but Streamlab was. Sketty don't mind the bar. Yeah, you kind of get used to it and don't see it as much. Bunny Viper doesn't he's in Sarah, I don't even understand what the top chat is for. Yeah, I don't know what that means either. I just think I'm assuming maybe the amounts of people that are in, or the I don't know either. This is my second live stream, so I'm just learning. Nathan didn't even notice the bar until someone said something. DeFree says it just shows who's commenting more. Okay. Top chat. The top chatter. My Fish Tank Aquatic StreamYard browser is based, so it should be a option. I'll look again, man. Like I said, I'll look again. I didn't see it, but I'll try again. And I know everybody's using StreamYard. Is StreamYard that much better than Streamlab that I need to worry about swapping over? Or what's better about StreamYard than Streamlab? I know all you guys use it. Mexicali Fish Keeper, I heard two of the favorite things coming up. Undergravel filters and a party. Yep. Every time I get more, every 20 subs, I gotta have a little party. Mexicali, I'll be, and like I was saying earlier, I'll be honest. I knew a few people still used them, but I thought undergravel filters was a thing of the past, man. I've heard a lot of people saying they're no good anymore. They just don't do what they're supposed to do. And to me, the idea behind an undergravel filter is phenomenal. It's underneath your gravel, so it sounds like it would almost eliminate gravel vacuum, no? Just getting note of, like, what is the point of changing live chat to all messages? Why not all chat? I don't know what you mean by that. I'll tell you guys a quick story about this. You see in this Mbuna tank behind me? This tech, let me get up for a minute. I got that Texas Holy Rock in there, right? But first, my fish tank says I don't use StreamYard anymore. Streamlabs is an actual PC. Android app where StreamYard is a browser and web-based app. Okay. Joe Coffee says I like them because they are air-powered, they're cheap, and cheap to buy at start and require next to no maintenance. Yeah, that was always my other curious thing about undergravel filters. And like I said earlier, if you have an undergravel filter, does it get all the uneaten food and detritus out? Does it like virtually eliminate having to do gravel vacuum? All this Texas Holy Rock that you see here, and there's some big heavy chunks in here I stacked up, right? Looking at it, this is a 75-gallon tank, right? How much do you think all that Texas Holy Rock cost? Heading back to the pet store soon. Grabbed 8 Neon Tetras last night. Love Neon Tetras, Nathan. Couple didn't make it, so I need to get a handful more. What else should I look at? 20 long, heavy planted, 2 filters, 15 fish. Man, I got a 55-gallon community tank down here. I got everything in there. Not everything, but I've got guppies. I got Neon Tetras. I got what is the name escaping me? Rasboras, platies. I got a zebra danio in there. All these fish are. The platies are obviously the bigger fish out of everything in there, but man, guppies are great. They're colorful, and I've got the water sprite in there, and they love the water sprite. Let me try and catch up on this. DeFreeze Rob says, when I ran them, Mom would build up. I would pull off the head and stick my python down over the tube. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Stick the python tube on the tube of the gravel vac. Suck everything right out. That's a fantastic idea. Joe Coffee, I would say no, but I bet some people treat it that way. True. Nathan, I like to overstock my tanks, and the plants definitely help with that. Was told I could add 20 Neon Tetras, but was thinking a few of something similar size. Yeah, I like a little variety too, Nathan. You can, man. 20-gallon long is a nice tank. I have 2 of them over there. Right now they're only housing betas. But every fish I have in there, I would put in one of those, no problem. Of course, we all know the smaller the tank, the more maintenance. So when you're thinking about how many fish you want to put in a tank, you got to think about how much you feel like doing gravel vacs and water changes, man. That's all. Clark Minnie's Fish Room. Right now, I'm currently running 10 tanks. I've got 2 125s, 2 75s, 2 55s, 2 20-gallon longs. I got a 10-gallon over here. I have another empty 10-gallon, and then I have a 29-gallon in my bedroom. I used to use OBS, but I never used it with YouTube, and it's not browser-based. It's desktop only, I think. Okay. Undergravel filters are the lowest maintenance, easiest filtration method, hands down. Sponges are a close second. Good Coro. Bunny Viper, what do you mean by lost? Nathan, I keep 4-foot PC of water hose to use for heavy poo, etc. Plus the bigger size allows shells to pass through. Okay. Sketty Nona, yeah, I could look under my sand and see when I could remove some of the mold. Now, I'm assuming an undergravel filter is only going to work for gravel. Obviously, you're not going to put sand over that. Joe Coffee, I do the same defreeze. I often, not always, attach my siphon to the uplift tube and the vacuum from under the gravel. That's a really good, that's old school information that defreeze put out right there. You can't learn that stuff in school. Mexicali Fish Keeper runs sand. That's all right, big girl. Wow, this is amazing. Everyone's loving these underground alpha filters. I thought everyone was like, but I don't know if anyone answered my chat when I was asking you about my Holy Rock. I think we all know how much Texas Holy Rock costs. How much do you think all this Texas Holy Rock right here in this 75 cost? Move again so you can better look. Coro, if you put coconut coir mat, a little gravel down, you can still use sand. Okay. Joe Coffee thinks $200 for all this Texas Holy Rock, and it's 75. Coro works. It reduces flow a little bit. I was gonna say Coro. I think that just would add a little bit more resistance, but if it still works, I'm so surprised. I thought everything was, everybody was done. That was old school stuff. I also know some of the old school stuff is the best stuff. Clark's Mini Fish Room says 110. 110. Well, my daughter kind of gave it away and she wasn't supposed to. I got all this for free. Joe Coffee, not again at Bunny Viper Aquatics always, but I was being sincere this time. I remember when we talked about it before. My Fish Tanks Aquatics, most people won't say they like or love in a forum because they're afraid of getting bashed by the forum warriors. Hear me, and I'm pretty translucent. I'm not a snowflake. I don't get offended by anything. And I know you were just talking about in general in the chat, but anybody can say anything here. I'm not going to be upset. No one's going to get mad. I was born in 1982, so nothing better than free. That's right. It was actually I got a 125, a 75, and you know those brute 30-gallon garbage cans? I got like 8 of those. An old retired military guy that lived not far from me, he died. He kept fish for 40 years. And his wife just wanted rid of it. She didn't want the memory of it. And they were selling and I thought I was just buying a 125 tank for $300. No, for $300. I got a 125-gallon tank, 75-gallon tank, 3 stands, 8 garbage cans full of decor, unbelievable amount of equipment and pumps. There was undergravel filters in there, just tubing, anything you can think of, free. Bunny Viper, 75. I have no idea how much Holy Rock it is. Neither do I. I didn't weigh it, but Texas Holy Rock can get pretty pricey. It's awesome stuff. You youngins. DeFreeze graduated in 83. Well, that's good. Then you can teach us them old school tricks. Craig's Catfish knows it's not cheap. Joe Coffee says the other downside to underground filters might be that they don't really polish the water. I don't know. You can have some floating particulates, but I don't stress over such things. In that case, you might be able to just throw on like maybe a hang on the back filter at the top with some polyfill just to polish the water a little bit. Nathan Hovey was born in 1980. You got 2 years on me, Nathan. Sketty graduated in 84. Next Cali Fish Keeper says, I'm too freaking old to care. What others think? There you go, buddy. Mark says, my youngest son was born in 82. Jesus, I feel old. Nah. We need the old school fish keepers mentality. It's the best. Joe says you can toss a wave maker or like a power head in there onto one of the uplifts. Okay, very cool. Craig says I'm young enough to be your son, Mark. I don't know if I'm sure you guys all been over to Craig's Catfish's live stream. Seems like Craig, you seem like you live stream every morning while you're working in your catfish cave, man. I saw your short. I think that was this morning with your dog. Defreeze 45 pounds of Holy runs $145 for medium sized rock. Yeah, I've never bought it, man. I don't know. I've looked it up. But I know, like this one right here, you see this big one right here with this huge hole? That thing is heavy. And I didn't have none of those light diffusers underneath. All I did was you can see it right here. That's a big sturdy piece of driftwood that has almost like a flat top, so it's kind of dispersing that weight. I just set it on top of that. My fish tanks aquatics, I was in 1965. I was referring to the website forums, not us YouTubers. I am transparent as they come and just love everyone. Okay, man. We got you. We got you. Craig, what month? March 31st. Rob. Now I'm going to be 41 March 5th. When you guys get to be my age, Defreeze, all you guys are young bucks. Wait till you get to be my age. Craig's going to be 43 Monday. If I don't get to catch you, Craig, happy pre-birthday, man. Defreeze, nice if I looked as good as you. Defreeze, are you messing with me, man? Happy birthday, Whippersnapper Craig. I like this live stream tonight more than the last one. It's got more people and it's a lot more fun. You guys are a blast. Bunny Viper, homemade beef stew and cornbread. My mother is awesome for so many reasons and she's an excellent cook. Bunny Viper, when you send me some stickers, go ahead and send me some of that food too. I don't know how you're going to keep it fresh, but I mean, that's something you're going to have to figure out. Oh, I got you, Defreeze. Okay. Vacuum seal and dry ice. See, you know, Defreeze has the answer to everything. Last I checked, you're up to like 980 some subs, man. We got to get you up to 1,000. You're a popular guy. We need to get Defreeze up to that 1K mark. Wealth of worthless knowledge. Nothing's worthless, man. I mean, some shit is. Sorry, I'm thirsty. QC just told me I was 17 away. Didn't even realize it until she posted it. 17 subs away from 1,000, man. That's awesome. Defreeze, do you get the 4K watch hour mark every year? Do you want me to call you Defreeze? Defreeze or Rob? Like Eduardo, he was on my, you know, everybody knows Eduardo. Just call me Eduardo. Just call me Eduardo. I was asking Rob if you get the 4,000 watch hours needed every year or every 12 months on YouTube. So once you hit that 1K mark and you get 4,000 watch hours a year, you can start getting monetized. Rob is fine? Okay. Bunny Viper, my name is Jesse. If you look up the word salient, you'll see why I chose that name. It kind of describes who I am. I'm outgoing. I'm to the point. I'm aggressive. I'm very impatient. Everything I do, I like to get it done right now. I don't mess around. Craig's Catfish. Jesse, that's correct, sir. Yeah, Corey, I appreciate it, man. I hope I mean, there's, the YouTube game is 100% psychological. So, some people bring humor, some people are serious. I'm still learning how to get my channel to grow and get up there, and like all of us are. So I'm just kind of being me in the end. Yes, Craig, you spelled it right. Yeah, a lot of people do that wrong. They like to spell it Jessie. I am just Jesse, like Jesse James, and I was this close. My middle name was almost going to be James. I'm so pissed off about it to this day. Not really, Craig's. I really don't have a nickname. No offense to Mexicali, but everyone always felt that I looked Mexican. So when I was in high school, a lot of people called me the Mexican or Mex or the Mad Mex because I always kind of look mad because I got thick eyebrows and when I'm focused on something, they say I always look mad. Big Shrimpin', all this metal lid clanging makes me feel like I'm in a Steamfort stream. You hearing metal lids clanging? Craig's name is Craig Lee James. Well, again, it's nice to meet you, Craig. I will tell you, Craig, on your live streams, it's hard for me to understand what you're saying, but I think it's just because you're further away from the mic and you're working. It's hard to live stream and talk at the same time. I get you. Cora, we do have some mods. And honestly, unless I'm on the YouTube platform, I don't know how to make people mods. Do you guys know how to do that on Streamlab? Having no teeth don't help. Craig. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have a tiger Oscar. You've probably seen him in my videos. I have never seen a fish like this. He just freaks out of nowhere and bangs into shit, and he's always hurting himself, and then I got to put stress guard in to kind of heal his wounds. He just flies out of nowhere and scares you, bangs into shit. Anybody have fish like that? It's bright outside, and that's why you look mad. Safety squints. I might treat myself to a mic. Craig's, yeah, I got one of them Rode mics, and it's pretty good, man. You have to, what I found out, when you get the Rode mic, you have to get the right cable that hooks up to whether you're using your phone or whatever. You have to get the jack that's got the 3 black bands on it, not the 2, or it won't work. Let's start a fund to Craig to get a lav mic. Drug kids don't do EM or you will be a gummy bear like Craig. Excuse me. Bunny Viper says IE is meant to be used in feminine names. That's correct, Bunny. I used to get a little mad. Although if I was a hot chick, life would be a lot easier. I'd already have probably 1.4 million subscribers. You know what I mean? It's easier for girls. Joe Coffee, Internet Explorer is sexist. What? Big Shrimpin', I never would have guessed how bad electric blue cars are at jumping out of the tank. Those suckers are constantly smashing a lid. Do you put something on top of the lid like a brick to hold that thing down, Big Shrimpin'? Bunny Viper, Jesse, I'm the same way. People always think I'm mad because of my expression, but yeah, exactly, Bunny. When I'm thinking, I'm like this. A lot of people don't approach me because they think I'm always pissed off, but I don't know. I am pissed off a lot, but that's the world. Not my fault. Bunny, all the BS about spelling this or that for masculine or feminine doesn't apply to the English anyways. We don't have gendered words. Joe Coffee, Viper is the OG. EB. Jump on my post. Like in French, pizza is a feminine word. Pizza is my favorite damn food. I found 19 dead babies dried up behind the tank. Then I put a lid on it. They're only about 1.5 inches, so they aren't strong enough to move the lid yet. Okay. Nathan says, I have had a nickname, Natron. I was really good at American football before my knee injury, and the pros, a player went by Natron means he was a badass. So they always said Natron means business. Kind of reminds me of Transformers, Nathan. Natron. That's cool, man. I'm glad. It's awesome you're good at football. Mexicali. It sucks though you had to get that knee surgery. That's the downside of playing football though, right? Mexicali Fisher. Hey Steve, great advice. Yes, but I don't know if you guys heard me. I got a tiger Oscar that freaks out of nowhere all the time. Like, he just gets spooked so easily, and he flies against the glass or runs into a rock or runs into the power head, and then he damages himself. Do you guys have any fish like that? I have never had a fish as skittish as that tiger Oscar. The problem is he's huge, and when he runs into shit, he's knocked heaters off the wall, power heads shooting straight up, filter inlets. Craig's had $6 fish, silver dollars like that. I don't know how to calm him down. I mean, he's a nut, and he keeps damaging himself. I take videos, and people are going to think he has a hole in the head or something, but he doesn't. He just keeps, and he knocks skin off. Big dollars, too. Yeah, I mean, I had a big piece of dragon stone in there one time, and it was heavy. He ran into that thing head first. He did not move it. Surprisingly, it didn't kill him. Hey Jesse, I can't stay. I just stopped to say hi. Gabriel, man, I'm glad you could stop in and say hi. Hi, man. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate it. Does anybody know how to make people moderators through Streamlab? I don't know how to do it. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll have to like do another live maybe on the YouTube platform, and when everybody comes in, I'll make some more moderators. Anybody, and you guys want to be a moderator? I just didn't think had it big enough. I'm up there yet. I didn't know if it was important enough to do that. Okay, Joe Coffee. Gabriel's glass boxes, man. Haven't seen one of your videos for a while, man. Big Shrimp and I had silver dollars one time for 3 days. I came home one day and every plant in the tank, they were gone in one day. Yeah, try keeping plants with goldfish. Viper wants to be your mod. She loves being a mod. I have seen Bunny Viper and a lot of other people's streams. You should have mods as you grow. So do the trolls. I got you. Okay, Rob. Cool. I'll make some more people. I wish I could do it through here. I think I have 4. I know Eduardo is a mod over here. My wife, my daughter, and a couple other people. They're not on tonight. Gabriel, what are you saying? IDEA mod? Okay, Gabriel, I'll make you a mod, man. When are you going to put out another video, Gabriel? We got to see what the cat/fish room looks like, man. Oh, there are probably mods in here, but on this Streamlab that's not showing blue. Okay. Yeah, on the Streamlabs, it's not coming up blue. I don't know why. New to me. I would just stick with the YouTube Streamlab, but the chat doesn't stay up long enough on my iPad. It comes up and just disappears. I can't almost even read what you guys are saying fast enough. Okay, Gabriel, cool, man. Did you get your new logo? Prototype finished, Gabriel? Okay, Rob, cool. My next live stream, I'll probably do it through YouTube so I can go through and make a bunch of people mods. You can put YouTube on slow so you can read it. Slow mode? Oh, okay. I'll try that. Slow mode you're talking about, right, DeFreeze? I thought that was just for like, it's for the chat. I got you. It makes sense, man. Appreciate it. Hey, if you guys aren't subscribed to Ben Ochart, man, you guys got to catch him every Saturday. I'm a Patreon over there. I like Ben Ochart. You guys like Ben Ochart? Oh, that's where you've been, Gabriel. Got a new job. It limits how fast people can post. Yep. Well, doesn't that get annoying, Rob? Would that might deter people from not wanting to be on your live, though? Let me know what you think about that. Lexi, you probably made yourself a mod when Dad was not looking. AK, oh, so, yeah, well, you've been following him longer than me, Rob. Yeah, he just got into doing shorts. I was chatting with him through email. He's trying it out, getting used to it. Nathan's thinking about changing his name on here, but I don't have any cool minds. Nathan, I heard it's not cool to constantly, not constantly, not that you do it constantly, but I heard once you start changing your name, it throws people off. And they don't know who you are until they get used to you again. Rob says it's not bad as long as the time is not too long. Okay, what do you set it at, Rob? I'm assuming you use YouTube. Well, you know what, guys, it's been an hour and 8 minutes. I'm having a blast with you guys, but I know that Whizzle is with Glitch at 7:30. So I don't know if we want to jump off and go over there. I was racing natural aquariums before the change. Yeah, Rob, I always wondered what you mean. I've seen that in some of your videos. What do you mean by racing natural aquariums? How do you race an aquarium? Bunny Viper, Whizzle and Glitch are on now. Yeah, I thought we could all go over there if you guys want to. I don't want to. I think most everybody goes about an hour, and then they like to just to share. Yeah, they have been live for a half an hour already. Let's jump over there. I'll jump off here after Rob answers my question about what racing aquariums mean. Joe Coffey, who changes names? Yeah, I haven't been getting notifications either. Black Powder Aquatics, good to see you come in, man. I don't know, at Joe Coffey, who the hell would do that? Jesse, Mexicali, Jesse, that where I met you, Ben's live stream. Yes, I remember that, Mexicali. I remember that. Racing was my original channel as I was into bikes, so racing was my name and ex-wife and kids. Okay, that makes sense, Rob. Thank you for clearing that up. I wouldn't change it, Nathan, or just Nathan H. Nathan, I think the perfect thing would be Natron, man. Still got your name, sounds cool, associated with you, Natron. Rob's initials, Rob Carroll. Oh, that's cool. I got it. Racing. Rob, Carroll, Andrew, and Craig. Greg, not Craig. Okay. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna jump off now because maybe we can go. I'll go over and head over to Glitch and Whizzle. What do you guys think? Is that the polite thing to do? $12.78 was birthday month. Okay. Someone drop the link to Glitch and Whizzle, please. I don't think there's a convict in my family tree, Joe. Nathan says I do like. Bunny says thank you, Jesse. Yes, it is the polite thing to do. That's what I figured, Bunny. I mean, I see everybody else doing that, and I don't. I'm looking at an hour 12 now, so let's jump off and we'll head over to Joe. If you guys you're not getting notifications for them, you can just go to YouTube and type in Glitch or Whizzle, and their live stream should be showing right there. Craig's Catfish, appreciate it, man. I don't know, my second live stream. This is 7 o'clock on Fridays. If you guys are cool with that, I am. No, Black Powder, thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate all your subs. I'm going to go ahead and jump off now so we can get over there and support those guys. Thanks again. Next Friday at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much. Now I got to figure out how to end this. Right here? Oh. Here we go. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you over there. You can either keep this event and resume it later or finish